Hi, thanks so much for joining me for this Get Ready With Me featuring Sephora favorites. Now, most of the products here are under the luxury category, and I'm also doing another demo of the Dyson Airwrap if you haven't seen that yet because I love it so much. Hopefully this will include a lot of items that maybe you've had your eye on. You can see them in action and see why I love them. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the reason I thought I would show you my hair like this is because my hair typically looks really shiny in videos and like silky smooth. This is how it looks when I just let it air dry. So I wash my hair at night and then I just kind of let it dry. This is how it looks, not shiny, not silky. So I'm gonna put it back for now. Okay, so I just have a slip silk scrunchie, which is so good for the hair. So we'll just put it back for now because I wanna show you the power of that Dyson Airwrap. I know it's one of the priciest items on the site on the sale, but it's also one of those items that rarely goes on sale. So I will show you that in action. I've done it before, but I just continue to love it. So I want to show you again why I love it so much because it really is quite powerful. So let's go ahead and start with the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore-Smooth Blur Drops. And I've been using these for a while. I love this for the center of the face. It just kind of takes away that shine. I'm a little bit more oily in the center of the face. So use it as a bit of a primer. It does mattify a little bit, make those pores look less emphasized. Next up we have this by Westman Atelier. It is their liquid super loaded, and this is in Peau de Pesche. And this is a hero product for sure because you can do so many things with this. Like I'll put it under my eye area just to blur and brighten. So you put a little under the eye, and a little in this area. I've shown this before as just a base product, putting it all over the face. You can do this on top of makeup as well as a highlighter, but it's just so fine. The particles and the glow is almost like a plasma almost glow where you don't see the individual particles. Has a bit of hydration, but not too much. But you can see there, if you are a no makeup person, this is really beautiful. It just provides some nice hydration. Now I just prepped with some serum, so no moisturizer, and that's how this works best on my combination skin. So I'm actually gonna use this as a bit of a primer for its blurring, brightening purposes. Yeah, this is not a product I would have guessed to use all over my face when I first purchased it. I thought it was gonna be too glowy. Yeah, the more I used this, the more I realized how lovely it is all over the skin. And of course you can control this, so you can shear it out depending on how sheer you want it or build it up. We're gonna go with this Veil Hydrating Skin Tint by Hourglass. That's another reason I didn't go in with moisturizer, just to keep it less hydrated because I knew I was going in with this product. This is in the shade 9. So I'm going to take my Shiseido brush, this one right here, and this is really the prettiest finish, flawless. Just going for less covered skin here and more of a natural glow, skin-like finish. This is one of those products that looks really beautiful in person. It's very close to the skin. Yeah, it's lovely. I definitely think that prepping appropriately for this product, depending on your skin type, is important because I know with too much moisturizer, this can be a little bit too hydrating. Okay, that way we still have really pretty skin, which is the look that I love. We're gonna go in with a couple of new concealers. So that was a place that was kind of lacking for me in Sephora for the concealer portion when I've done all Sephora looks. But since then they've come out with these next gen concealers that I'm really impressed with. So we're gonna go in with this one in LBC by Tower 28 under the eye. This one is more of a lightweight serum texture, so that's why I like it for under the eye. I know there are some of you who have questions about the dark spots here, so we're gonna talk about that in a moment. We're gonna use the Sephora brushes, and I really like their under eye concealer brush. And I love how this is very specific to this particular area of the face. And it's got this contour, which is really gentle under the eye area. And it's got graduated bristles here on one side. And that's the side that you use right under here. Yeah, I love specialized brushes like this. Then for dark spots, I do have some heavier duty concealers I've been testing out from Sephora. But in terms of shade match, this is one of the best shade matches I found so far. So it would be a little hard for me to recommend the correct shade match, especially if you're my coloring with the other products right now. So this one is Gucci in the shade 36N medium, and it's got a peachiness to it. Just for the dark spots, you can see right there how nice and peachy it is. And I like to let this one just kind of dry down a little bit. Ideally for me, I found that the drier the concealer, the better for my dark spots, especially in the front of my face where I have more pores, more oil. So I like to let that just kind of dry down just a little bit before I keep going, because otherwise I'm just moving it around. So we're gonna let that sit for a moment. While we're doing that though, I'm just gonna take a little bit of this powder. Just try my powder. I don't know if it survived this one. Oh wow, it survived. Okay, it popped out a little bit, but it survived. Nice job, Westman Atelier. This one right here. Okay, we're gonna powder in a bit. I was just trying to open it and it flew out of my hands like normal. It's a normal thing if you're new here that I'm throwing things all the time. But let's go ahead and blend now. So I have a different specialized Sephora concealer brush. This is the number 57. It's fluffier. And I like this, oops, I like this for these larger areas. So I'm just kind of bouncing it up and down so I don't move the concealer around too much. And then just kind of feathering around the edges, and then that's it. I don't want to mess too much with it. So I think depending on your needs, the concealer works well, but just if you have some hyperpigmentation like me, just be careful that you're not moving it around too much. Yeah, just wait a beat here with this concealer if you're trying to target dark spots, just because it can move around a little bit and be more work when it should not be as much work. So I would just wait a moment. Okay, still looking really natural. I really just targeted that concealer where I needed it and nothing more. So I really like doing that because it makes the rest of the skin really natural looking. Before we go in with powder, let's do this. Let's take the Truffle Contour Stick by Westman Atelier. And this is a great time to pick up any of the Westman Atelier products on sale. So I'm using this Fenty contour brush, bronzer brush. And oh, that's what I want to go on. Hold on a minute. So let me get this on here. I'm just gonna kind of carve this on here first. Like this, I like to keep it quite high. And then I'm just gonna turn the brush like this and buff it out. And use the excess on the forehead, jawline. So for those of you who have been with me for a long time know I love my go-to powder, but this one is carried at Sephora. This one's Westman Atelier. It's the Vital Press Skincare Powder in Cream. This is one I just threw across the room. We're gonna take this La Mer brush. Let's just do a light layer. Now going in with my Dior combo. One of my favorite brow gels is the Dior Brow Gel. I love this formula. It's the OnSet Brow. It's the one that they upgraded from the previous one that I was worried about, but I actually prefer this one better. This is in the shade 032. We're gonna do a little bit of pencil here. This is Dior also in 033 Gray Brown, one of their newer shades. It's cooler. Now, I have a couple of Charlotte Tilbury palettes. I haven't used them in a while, but I think they're still really good. And there's one that's a complete matte palette, which is difficult to find. So this is the Sophisticate. And I also have the Cobblestone, the Laura Mercier eyeshadow stick in Cobblestone, but you've seen that so many times. I thought, let's not do that one again. Or we could do this one here, which I really feel like doing, so we might do this one. This is the Luxury palette also. This is a Rock Chick, and I like this. It has a little bit of a glow. So I'm gonna go in with this lightest shade first, this one right here. I love cool eyeshadows, by the way, on my skin tone because I am warm, and I feel like warm tones get lost on me. They just kind of blend in and I can't really see the product. So that's why I like a cool toned shadow. Let's go in with that on the corner. I've got this Too Mini. Oh no, I did not put down a primer today. Let's take this and make it a liner as well. This deepest shade. Just right along the lash line. Let's take this BK Beauty, it's a 202 brush. I'm gonna take this shade right here. We're gonna put that in the crease. I'm barely adding pressure there just because it's kind of an intense shade. Okay, and then let's take this shimmery color right here and add that just to the center. I'm gonna go in with mascara. I love Tower 28 mascara, and this is in the shade Jet. This provides volume and length right away. This is a brand new tube I have here. Yeah, that's why I love that mascara. It's really good. And it's created with sensitive eyes in mind as well. If you have sensitivity with mascara, you might want to take a close look at this one. I really like the brush on this too. It just grabs every lash and helps to lift them up. Okay, and then my go-to just to brighten the eye area and just perfect it. Just going in quickly with Trench here by Victoria Beckham. These two are not available at Sephora, but everything else I think is. Maybe a couple brushes. And then let's go in with this concealer. And this is by Peau. Let's go ahead with a little bit of blush. This is one of my very favorite parts, is adding blush. So we're gonna go in with probably my favorite blush all year. I've been pulling for this, the Valentino blush in 09, as you can see. And I recently purchased a backup, forgetting that the sale was coming up. I should have waited. I'm just gonna use this Grwm brush. Then I like to go over that with my powder brush just to diffuse that. Sometimes I add a little too much blush. Also, we can take a bit of this Truffle and do some contour on the nose. So let me take a little brush here. Take this Refillable number 23. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Truffle here. The lid up stick by Westman Atelier, and this is in Nectar. So this has got a balmy texture to it. So it's not going to totally set, but it also leaves a nice glow because it's hydrating. But just know it's not going to totally set. Down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to do my hair and then we'll do the lip right after that. Now, again, my hair, because it is not shiny. So we're going to take this and the Dyson. This is a really long cord. So then just brushing out the hair. And I will do this with dry hair. It works fine on me, but you can add a little bit of water if you want. Like I can add a little, be really fancy and add some of this rose water to my hair. Just dampen it a little bit. Ideally, this works best when I have my hair about 80 to 90% dry and really clean hair for me. So lots of product doesn't work well in my hair at all. Then you've got this on and off switch, and then you've got heat settings here, and you have speed. So you can have this at various speeds, but I like it on highest speed as well as highest heat. And then you turn the direction of the air either this way or that way. So I like to go this way, going that way, away from my face. Cool shot. And then just pulling this out. And then not messing with it too much while I do the rest because I want it to set, and they'll relax a little bit as well. It won't stay like that. So I just did the cool shot towards the end there to set it. So you don't have to be this careful with it, but if you want perfect curls, you can do that. Otherwise, I kind of am just like not super even with them and it still turns out nice. And then I'm just going to do that all the way up. I'll show you when I get to the top part front because that's an important part. By the way, I just turned it away, going this way now for this side of my hair. I just remembered something I wanted to apply to my lips because they were dry. Nice hair, before I kept going because I wanted them to condition my lips a little bit. So I'm gonna do this now before I forget. It's the Fenty Skin, and I received this from a YouTube event I went to. And I love this idea. So there are 2 in here. They're the Plush Puddins, and I love it because it's a lip mask duo. It looks like this, and you open it, and I love the dispenser because you twist, and then a little bit comes out there, and then you're not contaminating the rest of the product. I think that's so smart, so I'm gonna put some on now. It's really emollient. Intensive recovery lip mask. This is the critical part. As you can see, if everything else is curled nicely, but the front is not, then everything else doesn't look like it works. I'm gonna take this and we're gonna spin it around this way, but I'm also going to pull the Dyson Airwrap this way. So the movement is in this direction so that it'll kind of fall in a better way. Okay, because this does not look amazing. Hold on a moment. So let's just do that. Turn it this way. So I'm going to take this and pull it. Pull it this way. And you can see that it does more of a, like a swoop kind of motion, like this. Versus the way you saw it before, like this shape, it goes like this. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna turn it. I'm going to have the air go this way, but pull the hair in the opposite direction on this side. You can see that you get a better shape than what I had going earlier. So let me go ahead. I'm just gonna refine that in the mirror because I'm just looking at this little screen here and it's hard to see. So I'm basically gonna do the same thing, just make sure everything's going the same way here. And then we'll see what it looks like. So we have now the hair just kind of a tousled wave, which I like. A little bit more body. My hair doesn't love a lot of product. It doesn't do well. It kind of gets heavy. Like my hair is heavy anyway, so I don't put a lot of product in it. In fact, I have no product in it right now. Yeah, just use the Air Up, and then I'm gonna go in with the Oribe Superfine Hairspray. This is the only hairspray I like, and I will pick this up when I need it. In fact, I use very little, so there's probably 3/4 left in there, but I just do a really light mist. Like that's it, just to kind of keep the wave in place, and that's it. So I have that lip mask on, it's really nice. I want to keep this next to my nightstand because I think it'll be a really great conditioner overnight, this one. And there's another one in here called Barbados Cherry, this one, but this is the original in vanilla. Set of 2, if you wanted to try it. I have here Dior Rouge 683. I just wanted like a pretty color on the lip. Yeah, that conditioner almost makes the lipstick go on smoother. Just the excess on that brush. And that's it for my Get Ready With Me using almost a full face of Sephora items. I think I just had a couple in there that are not available, but I think this reflects my current aesthetic that I'm enjoying right now with makeup, which is a fresh skin look, not too much makeup, lightweight where you can still see the skin. But I also love a good cool palette, and the Rock Chick is one of my favorites. Just haven't had a chance to use it lately. I'm testing out so much makeup all the time, but that is one of the ones I keep going back to. But let me know what you're shopping, what you'd like me to pick up, because I'm shopping the sale myself. Definitely let me know what I should put on my radar. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.